Hey there and welcome. We're about to jump into something that's like a total cornerstone of algebra, multiplying terms and expressions. Seriously, this is the stuff that makes everything else click. And today, we're going to nail it together. All right, so take a look at this. At first glance, it might look kind of messy, right? You've got parentheses, letters, numbers, what's going on? But here's the cool part. By the time we're done here, you're going to see this isn't some big, scary monster. It's actually just a couple of simple moves done a few times. We'll break it down piece by piece. So here's our game plan. First, we got to know what we're dealing with. What exactly is an algebraic term? Then, I'll show you this awesome two-step rule that's basically a secret weapon. We'll use it on some easy stuff, then kick it up a notch, and finally, we'll see where you'd actually use this in the real world. Sound good? Let's get into it. Okay, so first things first. Before we can start multiplying stuff, we have to know what that stuff is. Let's talk about the absolute basics. The Lego bricks of algebra, if you will. So this right here, that's an algebraic term. It sounds fancy, but it's just got a couple of parts. You've got the coefficient, that's just the number in front. Then you've got the variable, that's the letter, and sometimes that letter has a little power, an exponent. So if you see something like 6y squared, the 6 is the coefficient, y is the variable, and the 2 is the power. That's all it is. Pretty straightforward, right? All right, now for the part you've been waiting for. Look, you don't need to memorize a giant list of complicated rules. For all of this multiplication stuff, it really just comes down to one simple idea. It's like a golden rule for algebra. This sentence, this is everything. It's the core rule for exponents. Basically, when you multiply variables that are the same, like an x times another x, you just add their little exponent numbers together. I mean, think about it. What is x squared? It's just x times x, right? So if you multiply that by another x, now you have x times x times x, which is just x cubed. See? You're literally just adding up how many there are. This one concept is going to unlock everything for us. So that big idea breaks down into two super simple steps. Step 1, multiply the big numbers out front, the coefficients. Step 2, for any letters that are the same, just add their exponents. And that's it. No, really, that's the whole secret. Now, this is super important because it's where a lot of people get tripped up. It's easy to get addition and multiplication mixed up. Remember, when you're just adding or subtracting, those exponents, they don't change. You just leave them alone. But when you multiply, that's when you get to add the exponents. Knowing that difference is a total game changer. Okay, enough talk. Theory's cool and all, but let's actually do this. We're going to take our new golden rule for a spin, starting with the easiest possible scenario, just one term multiplying another. So here's our first example. We've got 6y times 3y squared. Let's just identify our parts. Our coefficients are 6 and 3, and our variables are y and y squared. Time to use our two-step rule. All right, let's walk through it. Step 1, multiply the coefficients. 6 times 3, that's 18. Done. Step 2, add the exponents on the variables. Now, here's a little trick. That first y doesn't look like it has an exponent, but it's got an invisible 1 up there. So we do 1 plus the 2 from the other y, and we get 3. So our variable part is y cubed. And now we just stick the two parts back together. We've got our 18, we've got our y cubed. So the final answer is 18y cubed. See how that works? It's not magic, it's just a simple process. Of course, things get a little spicier when negative numbers show up. But the rule for signs is actually pretty simple. If the signs match, like two positives or two negatives, your answer is positive. If they're different, one of each, your answer is negative. Let's see how that fits in. Okay, new challenge. What about this? 7a cubed times negative 5a squared. It looks a little different with that minus sign, but guess what? Our two-step rule doesn't care. It works exactly the same way. Let's do it. Step 1, coefficients. We have a positive 7 times a negative 5. The signs are different, so our answer is negative. 7 times 5 is 35, so we get negative 35. Step 2, exponents. We've got a to the power of 3 and a to the power of 2. Add them up. 3 plus 2 is 5, so that's a to the 5th. Put it all together, bam, negative 35 a to the 5th. See, this system just works. All right, so you've totally got this one term times one term thing down. So let's level up. What happens if you need to multiply one term by a whole group of terms, like inside a set of parentheses? The magic trick here is called the distributive property. That's a $50 word for a really simple idea, sharing. Think of the term on the outside as a delivery person. It has to go and visit every single term inside the parentheses. It multiplies itself by each one. Let's watch it in action. We've got 2x on the outside, and on the inside we have 3x minus 5y. So first, the 2x goes and multiplies the 3x. Using our two-step rule, that gives us 6x squared. Okay, first delivery done. Now the 2x has to go multiply the negative 5y. For the numbers, 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. For the letters, x times y, well, they're not the same, so we just smush them together as xy. So our final result is 6x squared minus 10xy. We just used our golden rule 2 times in a row. Okay, cool. We can push letters and numbers around, but who cares? Why are we even doing this? Well, it turns out this skill is the hidden engine behind tons of real-world stuff, from engineering and science all the way to just figuring out stuff in your own backyard. I mean, just think about some basic formulas you already know. Area of a rectangle? That's length times width. Volume of a box? That's multiplication too. These aren't just abstract ideas, they're calculations that describe the real world, and they're all built on the exact same rules we've been practicing. So let's put it to the test. Let's say you have a rectangle, but you don't know the exact numbers for the sides. We just know the length is 5a and the width is 3b. How do you find the area? Well, you multiply them. So, 5a times 3b. Step 1, multiply the numbers. 5 times 3 is 15. Step 2, multiply the variables. A times b is just ab. So the area is 15ab. How cool is that? We just described a physical space using algebra. And really, that's what I want you to walk away with. It doesn't matter if the problem looks super simple or crazy complicated. It doesn't matter if it's on a math test or part of a real-world project. The process is always the same. Multiply the numbers, add the exponents on the matching letters. That's the key. That's the secret that makes all of this work. It's such a simple little rule, but it's so powerful. It's the starting point for everything from designing a room in your house to launching a rocket into space. So now that you know the rule, now that you've got the key, what kind of problems are you going to unlock?